Welcome to part 2 of our deep dive into skills and progression. This time, we're digging into progression. What does that look like and how does it happen? Skill progression in games helps tell the story of how you've changed through your journey. From powerless to powerful, it's why you keep playing. If you could trounce every enemy immediately, it wouldn't be quite as interesting. At work, employees want the same. People, and particularly your Gen Z employees, are looking for ways to develop themselves further through learning and development. In part 1, we went through the questions needed to identify the skills, tools, or buffs you and your people are looking for. Now, how are you going to tell that story for your people? This is Ready Employee 1, the channel looking at what video games can teach us about the future of learning and work. In this series, we're looking at what the best games are doing around skills, progression, and player choice, what we can learn from them, and how we can potentially apply that to work. In part 1, we talked about the end states for your skills, but identifying a person's base is key to telling their story of progression. Now, there are a lot of cool AI-driven tools on the market that leverage work experience, education, and other data points to determine someone's base level. Those tools might give you a benchmark, but you still might end up having to ask people to rate themselves anyway. This is of course fraught with challenges. So how do games get around this particular issue? In Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the game judges a player's performance during a tutorial, and suggests a difficulty level that will suit them. Certain games like The Witcher 3 allow players to pick a difficulty level and adjust it should it be too high for them. Another popular mechanic is to lock the hardest settings behind first completing the game at lower levels, meaning you can't jump into the most intense challenges right away. Will you allow your people to challenge themselves right away, even to the point of potential failure? Is your most challenging work effectively locked off from new joiners until they've proven themselves? Is that fair to those willing to take up the challenge? What happens to those who bite off more than they can chew? Can they reset their level? Once you've identified your start and end points, now it's time to work out how your people will move between the two. There are a couple of different schools in this area, each with their strengths and weaknesses. Central though is the concept of an experience point, or XP. This could be points, cash, treasure, you name it. But it is a way to accumulate in-game currency to be spent elsewhere. In this case, skills or progression. Games like Spider-Man and God of War provide experience points in a couple of ways. You acquire points both through the playing of the game itself, and additional points for playing the game well. Finish a challenge faster, take less damage, use certain tools, get more XP. In Skyrim, players unlock experience points through continued use of a skill, meaning they can unlock more options in the areas they like to play. In both those models, the points you earn are yours to keep, meaning you can sit on a pile of XP, accumulate enough for the upgrades you want, and spend it where and how you like. In contrast is the losable experience point, like in Elden Ring and Dredge. Here players need to spend their points, or in Dredge's case, fish, for fear of losing them, either through death, injury, or running out of time. This offers a compelling risk-reward dynamic. Spend now or press on to obtain more. How will you provide XP to your people? Do you offer progression for simply doing your job, or do harder or specific challenges offer more points? What is going to be your skills currency? Hours, feedback, revenue, output? How much is enough to progress to the next level? Can your people use their progression points anywhere, or only on the skills they generated the points in? Can they lose their experience points? You've got to the point where you've identified your skills, your baselines, your end states. You've identified a form of XP that'll allow you to demonstrate progression. Here comes the tricky part. What for? Progression in games is tied to opening up new ways and places to play. What will that look like for you? In Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, progression means unlocking new levels to play in and new heroes to add to your roster. The game doesn't change all that much, but who you're doing it with does. In Splatoon, there's no leveling up. There is, however, a totally rad clothing mechanic that allows players to unlock cool outfits that they dress their avatar in. These outfits provide additional buffs to the player, but mostly convey, I did something cool, I'm very good at this game. Is the act of unlocking more skills the progression you want to provide your people? In Spider-Man, you have access to the entire world from the beginning of the game. It's about how you want to face it, or in what cool outfit you want to face it in. Progression from one person to the next can take many different forms. How well do you understand how your people want to demonstrate or celebrate their progression? Do your skills develop, or do you just keep unlocking new ones? Is progression a gating system for you? Will you provide new challenges or new projects to work on for the people who develop the most? New clients, or international secondments? Is harder or more complex work locked behind progression? Will you separate promotions from progression? Or does being a manager equate to a certain level of skill proficiency? That's everything for this mini-series on skills and progression. Throughout both these episodes, the resounding message you should be taking away is, will your employees care? Skills and progression are about providing choice, structure, and a bit of meta-strategizing. But that will only happen if you offer your people skills they care about, and progression that is rewarding. Whatever skills and progression you choose to go with has to provide meaningful choices to your people. Choices that they can make with all the facts at their disposal. What does this skill progress into? How will I progress? What does that unlock for me? They're not checklists. They are how your people want to be seen and how they want to approach the world around them. It's also how you make your workplace the one they want to inhabit, explore, and develop in. Tell me in the comments, what's the best progression system you've ever seen in a game? See you next time, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.